There are things you carry around for years without realizing they're doing you harm. And when you wake up one morning and your body doesn't respond the way it used to, when the doctor looks at you with that worried expression and tells you something's wrong, only then do you understand that what you've kept bottled up for decades is finally catching up with you. I'm sitting here, 70-something years old, and if I could go back, there are things I'd throw away today without a second thought, because I've already experienced firsthand what it means to reach this age carrying a burden I shouldn't have to bear. I'm not just talking about objects. I'm talking about attitudes, habits, ways of living that slowly consume you, so slowly you don't notice until it's too late. Let me tell you something from the bottom of my heart, as if you were sitting here with me at this table where I've so often sat alone thinking about everything I could have done differently. The first thing you should throw away right now is resentment. I know it sounds like Sunday advice, like those things they say on old calendars. But listen carefully, because this is true. Resentment weighs a ton. It weighs more than any piece of furniture you've ever carried in your life. I spent years holding grudges, remembering who did what to me, who betrayed me, who lied to me, who wasn't there when I needed them. And each of those memories stayed inside me like a stone in my chest. There were nights when I couldn't sleep because my head was spinning, thinking about conversations I never had, responses I never gave, words I would have liked to say to someone's face. And all that poison seeped into me without me even realizing it. When I turned 60, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and the doctor asked me if I was stressed, if I had any problems, and I told him no, that my life was peaceful. But the truth is, inside I was seething, full of old anger I never let go of. The body isn't stupid. It remembers everything you didn't forgive, everything you didn't let go of. And now I take pills every day. Pills I might not need if I had learned to let go sooner. I'm not telling you to forgive because the other person deserves it. I'm telling you to forgive because you deserve it, because your health deserves it, because reaching 70 with a light heart is a privilege very few have, and one I didn't know how to cherish. The second thing you should throw away is the need to always be right. Oh, how many pointless arguments, how many fights with people I loved, all because I couldn't just lower my head and admit I was wrong. I had a fight with my sister over something trivial more than 20 years ago. One of those arguments that starts for nothing and ends up destroying everything. And neither of us wanted to back down. Neither of us wanted to be the first to call, to apologize, to say enough is enough. The years passed and pride grew stronger than affection. She died 5 years ago, and I never told her I missed her. I never told her I was sorry. We were never able to sit together again drinking mate like we used to when we were little. And now I'm left here alone, with the truth in my hand, if you will, but without her. What good is it to have been right if I lost my sister? What good is it to have won that fight if now I have no one to reminisce with about childhood, no one to laugh with about the things we went through together? Pride slowly eats away at you, isolating you, leaving you alone, and when you realize it, there's no going back because the people you loved are gone, or it's too late to fix what's broken. If you're currently fighting with someone because of pride, because you refuse to back down, because you believe you're right and the other person is wrong, throw that away right now and call them, find them, apologize, even if it hurts. Because pride won't be there for you when you're alone. Pride won't call you. Pride won't visit you in the hospital. The third thing you have to let go of is the habit of living in a rush, of always chasing after something without stopping to look at what you already have. I lived my whole life running. I ran to work, to make ends meet, to give my children what I didn't have, to have a bigger house, a better car, so that we wouldn't lack anything. And in that race, I missed out on everything. I missed the Sunday afternoons when my children wanted to play with me and I was too tired. I missed the conversations with my husband because there was always something more important to do. I missed looking in the mirror and asking myself if I was okay, if I was happy, if all that effort was worth it. And when I finally stopped, when I retired and had all the time in the world, I no longer had anyone to share it with. My children already had their own lives. My husband was gone, and I was left alone in a house full of things I bought, thinking they would make me happy, and which now only remind me of everything I didn't experience. Haste makes you sick, both physically and emotionally. It raises your blood pressure, tightens your chest, robs you of sleep, and makes you forget that life isn't a race, but a journey to be undertaken slowly, paying attention to each step. If you're chasing after something today, sacrificing your health, your time, your peace for a job, a project, something you think will make you happy when you achieve it, stop for a moment and ask yourself if it's truly worth it. Because I reached 70 with all the material possessions I wanted and with nothing that truly matters. The fourth thing you should throw away is the fear of saying what you feel, of showing what's happening to you, of asking for help when you need it. I grew up in a time when you had to be strong, when showing weakness was bad, when you had to endure everything and keep going without complaining, and I endured it all. I endured the tiredness, I endured the pain, I endured the sadness, I endured the urge to cry, and all that endurance accumulated inside me like a knot that tightened more and more. I never told anyone when I was feeling bad. I never asked for help. I never allowed myself to be vulnerable, and that made me sick. It truly made me sick, not only physically, but also emotionally. There were years when I woke up with no desire for anything, without strength, feeling like everything was a weight on my shoulders, but I kept going because that's what I had been taught. And it never occurred to me that I could ask for help, that I could tell someone I wasn't okay, that I needed them to listen to me, to hug me, to tell me that everything was going to be all right. It wasn't until I had a panic attack at 65, when they took me to the hospital thinking it was my heart, that I finally started to talk, to share what I felt, to accept that I wasn't okay and that I needed help. And I regret not having done it sooner. I regret carrying such a heavy burden alone for so many years. Don't be afraid to show your vulnerability. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because keeping everything inside doesn't make you stronger. It only makes you more alone. And the fifth thing, the last thing you have to throw away if you don't want to get sick like me, is the idea that there will always be time. That's the biggest lie we believe when we're young, the lie that there's plenty of time, that I'll do it tomorrow, that there will be time for that later, that there's still plenty of time. And suddenly you wake up and you're 70 years old and you realize that time flew by, that everything you were going to do tomorrow you never did, that all the conversations you were going to have never happened, that all the hugs you were going to give were put away. I always said that I was going to travel when I retired, that I was going to see the ocean, that I was going to learn to dance, that I was going to spend more time with my grandchildren. And when I retired, I no longer had the strength to travel. I couldn't walk well anymore. My grandchildren were grown and busy with their own lives. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't warn you. It doesn't give you a second chance. If there's something you want to do today, do it now. If there's someone you want to tell you love them, tell them now. If there's a dream you've been holding on to, start living it now. Because time doesn't come back, opportunities don't repeat themselves, and growing old with a list full of things you never did is worse than any illness. I'm here with a weary body, trembling hands, and a memory that sometimes plays tricks on me. But above all, I'm here with a soul full of regrets. Regrets for everything I didn't let go of, for all the pride I carried, for all the haste I was in, for everything I kept silent about, for everything I put off. And if there's one thing I've learned after so many years, it's that health isn't just about the body. It's also about the heart, the mind, the soul. You can eat well, exercise, go to the doctor every year, but if you live burdened with resentment, pride, haste, fear, and procrastination, you'll get sick anyway. Because the body can endure a lot, but it can't endure everything. And when it finally breaks, when you have to face illness, you realize that everything you held on to, everything you didn't let go of, everything you didn't experience, weighs more than any physical pain. So if you ask me what you should throw away today, I'll tell you this with all the strength I have left and all the love I still have to give. Throw away resentment because your heart doesn't deserve to carry it. Throw away pride because the people you love are worth more than being right. Throw away haste because life is happening now, not when you get to wherever you're running. Throw away the fear of showing vulnerability because asking for help doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. And throw away the idea that there will always be time, because time is the only thing you can't get back. Do it now. Don't wait until you're 70 like me to realize it. Do it while you still can, while you still have your health, while you still have the people you love close by. Because growing old is a gift, but growing old sick with regrets is a curse, and I don't want that for you. I want you to truly live, to live lightly, to live in peace, to reach this age and be able to look back without your soul aching. That's what I couldn't do, but you still have time.